Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So nothing really happened last week. Don't think I missed much. We do have this range that has formed. Look at our oscillators; they are flatlining in sort of not at the high, not at the low, not quite in the middle, but just in no man's land here. Lots of tails to the upside over the last 2 weeks, lots of tails to the downside. So that is just an indication of indecision. Okay, so tails to the upside is we should sell, tails to the downside we should buy, and just barbed wire, complete confusion. Nobody really knows what's going on. So from a technical standpoint, we've had a strong move up and we've gone into a consolidation period. But my problem with this consolidation period is we are now 30 bars long on the 8 hour, and normally they last around 20 bars before picking it up, sort of continuing the upside. Anything longer than 20 bars, then what happens is you start getting a 50-50 call. So in other words, you might as well just start looking to toss a coin for heads up, tails down, and you probably be just as successful as trying to pick a direction at the moment. So the trend is up. That is very clear. We're above the moving averages very strongly. Oscillators are not helping us. When we start drilling down through the time frames, oscillators still not helping us here. This is chaos and even more chaos. You can see it's a lot clearer than last week. Lots of selling off here and then buyers. The only good thing for the bulls is that the buying is making a series of higher lows, and there are also a series of higher highs. But that is basically what we have. We've got a bit of a channel inside a range as far as I'm concerned. So this to me, and the whole of last week would have been pretty much the same to me, is we probably tried to get going on Monday, Tuesday, and then just left it alone because it wasn't going anywhere. So at the moment, this is sideways. We are in amongst the moving averages. We've got the oscillators grouping to the downside. So we'd need to start dropping below 14,978 for us to start thinking of shorts. I just want to get rid of this noise. And then the other area would be the low of Friday, drop below 15,080. Then I would expect us to come and tag the bottom here at 14,978. But to be honest, I think you're going to find us just range fairly tightly in this area we are until we start getting the data coming out. So there's a lot of Eurozone and German data coming out this week, as well as USA data, and the Bank of England as well, releasing quite a bit of data. So this is a really interesting week from a data perspective, because that's going to indicate, are we in a recession? Are we in a depression? There's so much going on there. Perma bears are chomping at the bit because they think everything's going to fall apart. You've got to ask yourself, do you really think politicians are going to let everything fall apart? They've manipulated the market to a point where they can actually get their positions in. So, and a lot of stocks have bottomed. And a lot of stocks actually bottomed in June, July. So anyway, the structure that we see here is sideways. It is range bound. There is no reason to get involved in this, and you can see this on the 15-minute above and below the moving averages here on the DAX. That's not something you want to be trading. So I am sit on hands today. I'm not really keen on this. What you may find if you are a little bit more riskier than I am is like here. You can see that's off a bit of a structure. So you've got an 18-point stop loss, and you'd be looking to get to the top here for 51-point gain. But I don't really have the time for that, and I'm not really interested in trading those lower time frames. And if you look at the 5-minute, you can see the trend is down at the moment. So could argue that you watch some of these swing lows at the open. For example, this one right here at 15,146. Get a rejection of that, then you're looking for a move to the downside. You have gaps to the upside here on the 15-minute. There's a gap. There's a gap. Okay. And then you have the weekly gap as well. And you also have gaps to the downside, but I think that's closed. Yeah, that one's closed, but that one down there is open. You can see that's open over there. So that's at 15,082. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, this is still sit on hands. I'm not really keen on this. If you look at that on the 15 minutes, it's just all over the place. Look at it on the hour, and it's just all over the place. So I'm going to see a clear break below these 42 levels here. And when I say clear, it's going to have to be over a 3-hour time frame before I even start looking for shorts, because the trend is so strong to the upside. Any breaks to the upside and retests, I would chase those to the upside, because that would be with the bigger trend. But for now, this is sit on hands and wait. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.